We're just gonna play Super Auto Pets real quick because it is the Gladly Sunday Switch, which means we have a brand new weekly to look over, to judge intensely, to love or to hate. It really depends on the time of day, honestly. Okay, so honestly, I'm just gonna look at it right at the bat. Normally I kind of play a few rounds before I like cheat and kind of look in here just to see if there's like a bison happening or not. Today we're just gonna go straight frickin' for it. My immediate vision here, I'm seeing almost no scaling food items, which is tragic. Because I love those. Strawberries are in this pack? Oh geez, that must mean they specially formulated this one to like be able to have strawberry things happening in it, which is incidentally not that great for me because I've never played anything to do with strawberries before. I think I tried that pack like once or twice and then ditched it because it was like, I could simply have less things happening. Donuts, chocolates. Chocolates is guaranteed. Pills has been in here the last 3 weeks. I'm starting to think that might be a guarantee as well. I don't know if that is ever like announced or anything. Okay, so we have basically no scaling. We do have a bunch of chinchillas, though, and 1 pig. How about more chinchillas? I can sell all of you. And I can still have this level next time, but now I have enough money to also buy a possum. He's the captain of all of the chinchillas, the possum. He's basically like an evolved version of the possum. Pudding fingers, chunky jackets, inedible plants. How about some chunky jackets? I like myself a fluffy jacket. I will admit though, I recently, and by recently I mean the last few months, like ordered like 2 different like really cute looking like sweaters. One of them's shaped like a mushroom, like it looks like a mushroom and it's really cute from like independent artists. And both times they came and were a bit more wide in the shoulders than I had expected them to be, so I can't really wear any of them because they're like not super shapely, which is tragedy because they're so cute that I just really wanted to believe that I could actually order a clothing item online and not have it turn out all garbagey. But in fact, apparently that is not possible. So now I just have a jacket that I like try on every like few weeks where I'm like, God, this jacket is so cute. I wish I could just wear it, and then I wear it and I'm like, no, maybe not. Maybe next time. And it's gonna be like that for the end of time. Turn 3 means we may level. Bats haven't been here for a while, although I guess mosquitoes haven't really been here for a while either. Which kind of makes me want to have both of you, and in fact it looks like we actually could. I would have really loved another mosquito. Start a battle, give +2/+1 to a random strawberry friend. I'm so sorry, Hummingbird. I know that you want to be, like, effective and useful on the squad, but you're just never gonna be on the squad, so it's really a my problem. It's really a my problem. Get the sweaters exchanged. That takes so much effort. I will admit, I feel like I don't order things like clothing online very often, specifically because I know myself, and I know that the process of, like, sending it back if I don't like it is such a thing that I'm like, I just won't, so I have to really be committed. I have to be like, I'm gonna love this thing. It's so worth it that even if it doesn't fit, I still want it sort of scenario. We haven't had a swan in forever. I love me a swan. I love me his little musical tiddly notes that he plays when he gets sat down. But then you can wear the cute sweater. I know, it sucks. It was expensive too, so I probably should return it, but at this point I think I've washed it. Part of me hopes that if I just wash it like 3 times, then maybe I can just... maybe it'll get smaller? Or at least soft enough that the shoulders kind of fall down a little bit so they don't feel like so floppy. Yes? No. Absolutely. So tomorrow we have a level, which would make me want to buy the food that is still happening here. Sadly, this food does nothing for us. Atlantic Puffin. Start a battle, deal 2 damage for each strawberry friend to 1 random enemy. If you get a lot of dudes with strawberries at the very start of the game, that's actually extremely strong, but I feel like that's such a financial, like, investment, and as we're discussing at this very moment, I'm not sure how good I am in investing financially. But most of the time, I'm just, like, too guilty to actually buy anything, but the times that I do buy something, I'm just like, ooh, I gotta be putting a lot of money in that, apparently, because I really adored it. You can't make me lose now. That's like only 3 hearts left? 3 hearts? That's not nearly enough to survive the winter. Yes? I would like a pill. Ooh, we have 3 forms of leveling. Because we have pills, blobfishes, plus crows, plus literal chocolates. You may leave. You may come and then go again. I'll save this for later. We're gonna keep you in here because you can do things once you die. I guess you, even though that doesn't really help us very much at all. You're going to level, the bat can level today. What a beautiful combination of things. That guy being here means nothing at all. Our stats are not very high. Probably shouldn't have our chipmunk in the front, generally speaking. I don't tend to believe that high stats should be the very first unit. But if this bat doesn't hit him... He got 2 kills. That is more than I ever could have hoped. But how about a leveled swan? Can you defeat a leveled swan? No, he was too intimidated to even try. He saw that leveled swan and he said, oh gosh, I'm literally already dead. And in fact, he was already dead. You can go, but we also would love chocolate. Man, it's gonna be a hot leveled weekly, isn't it? This is just so much delicious foods. Like everyone, this is the weekly to get any of these guys. If people are like chasing ribbons or badges or whatever, and any of these dudes are things we need, the leveling is so hot right now. Faint, gain 1 gold on next turn. That sounds pretty lame. I don't think I super want any of you. Swap stats? I don't think stat swapping is going to help us very much, and neither is you. So who's the best statage? You, and I guess you're giving me a gold next turn? Fun little additional thing. I wasn't really planning on getting that gold next turn, but if you're going to offer it. My pocket was feeling a little bit light. I wish that you could not be alive anymore. Ooh, thank you. Sometimes wishes really do come true. That's what they say. I wasn't even looking at a star at the same time. I was looking at the screen. But maybe, you know what? Maybe the swan, she's the star of the squad. Maybe we just needed to look at the star of a squad, and that's all we really needed in life. So she is almost level 3, which is insanely quickly. Tragedy strikes. It's not a Bison Weekly, but honestly, I'm kind of glad it's not a Bison Weekly, because given how easy it is to level things right now, I feel like just literally everyone would be running it. I don't even want you to be on our squad right now. You can't expect me to put like a second version of you on here. I don't think I like these animals very much. Which is really stinky, because that means I'm going to find myself rolling endlessly, looking for the nothing that exists. Stop trying to give me these strawberries. I refuse. Avocado? Is avocado the strat? No. No, no, no. That's a thing that's okay. One decently okay sort of guy. I mean, it's better than literally nothing, so... You can't weasel my weasel. He's got a strawberry weasel. His weasel is strawberry scented. That beats mine, which smells kind of like feces because he used the bathroom right before he came out here and he's not very cleanly. But he was trying his best, okay? He doesn't have to smell good to be a good member of the team. You know what? You stink so bad, you're off the team. Chili's is the answer. You guys don't have to be in the order that you are in, but you could be in the order that you're not. Have you ever considered that? I think that might be good for us as like a team, if you guys just like did cool things. Goodbye and hello. I wish I had saved that pill from yesterday, now I want it. Yes. No. A pill, I said. A pill for the bat, specifically. It was for the swan, but then I looked at that swan and I said, no, you have too much things happening right now. I don't think you really have room for, like, medical assistance. But the bat, though. The bat, I think, would just love it. That was a very tasty chili. It did not give us a win, but it saved us from a loss, and honestly, I appreciate that. Shocking, I know, appreciating a not loss. Yes, for today. Yes. Yes. So this man is supposed to be offering us a level. However, I wish I had a pill here today because I would really love to be able to pill you to get that level out there and then put this man. But you know what? I think it's actually so worth it to do it today that I'm just gonna do it today. Yes? One dilemma is we have no scaling, which makes me think, should we get a caterpillar? So at least of the no scaling that we have, if one guy just kind of naturally ends up being a little cool, we can still have 2 guys who are a little cool. But it's gonna take so long to get there, and I just don't think he's gonna be of any use. So instead we're gonna go run Tiger. Who needs scaling when you have 2 crocodillas? 2 crocodillas all the way across the sky? Yes. This would be a level. It definitely feels like the kind of weekly as well because of all these different ways to get levels via things in shop. It might be one where everyone kind of wants to have a buy-sell sort of mechanic happening. Always have at least one open spot on your team, specifically because there's so many ways to get levels via having a guy on your team. The fact that I've decided so early is possibly a negative, but I'm a very loyal person. I decide early and I just don't ditch them. Unless they upset me, and then they're gone instantaneously. A snake. You can have this. I like a snake a lot. However, I am noticing we don't really have anything that it could be behind and actually, like, stay alive for more than a turn. So I might as well just commit to the crocodile idea. And if I'm doing that, I might as well commit to the bad idea. And if I've got 16 Pedernodons, I would love to do the buy sells on the oysters. Sadly, that is not in my prerogative right now. But you know what is? A level 2 tiger. A spicy and delicious level 2 tiger. He's not quite there yet, but he's got the potential. Look at that little tongue. If that is a tongue and not just an open mouth. If it's a tongue, he's adorable, and I feel like he could be actual captain of these captains one day. We can have a steak. Carnivorous. In fact, you are. I could see it in his eyes which are covered. I could smell it in his breath, more so. It was very gross. Yes. Yes! And that's who I would have gotten this chocolate for anyway. So we're super leveled. Our team is as good as it could be for what it is. I am just a little afraid because I gained no scaling. In fact, I also haven't seen any units that give scaling, so maybe there's just no scaling this weekly. Their entire team died? I only have 2 crocodile shots, don't I? What did I do that? Friend ahead repeats their ability in battle as if they were level 2. Triggers 2 times. Oh, I shot 4 times! I did not realize! The Mujo's Crocodilo. I thought this was gonna shoot just twice, like 1 for you and 1 for you. I did not realize how intense that was gonna come out. Well, if you're gonna give it to me once, you might as well do it again. I'll have another. I'll have what I'm having, again. No, I don't want what he's having. What he's having is boring and lame. I, for one, chose the best thing on the menu, so it's gonna be friggin' goated. This weekly is based around the money infinite to roll for sloths. It's based around the concept of gaining sloths. That's the point of this weekly, is to get as many sloths as you can. I mean, I can respect that. If I go up against a team that has 5 sloths, I've already lost. Like, even if I win, the war is lost. I've been completely demolished in terms of, like, emotional stability. I'm sunk, you know? Like, why couldn't I have had Super Sloth Squad? Okay, now we're shooting... Do you shoot 3 times when you level again? Okay, we're shooting many times, 5 times. All we ever needed was Crocodile, and then, like, 2 guys with Chili up here. That's somehow helpful. Something is happening up there. I don't want to ditch the front of the squad. I mean, the weakness... If the weakness is happening before the alligator, that's probably doing amazing. Have I accidentally synergized? Weakness? I have not. But their team is in- Oh, it lived! Gross. Ugh. But I'm surprised that we even stood there. Cocodrilo is Spanish for crocodile. It's my favorite Spanish word. Crocodilo? Cocodrilo. That sounds like a Pokemon that's like obviously a crocodile, but it's got a drill, kind of like that drill Ant-Man. And I feel like his tail or teeth just becomes a drill and goes down, which is already a pre-used contest, but the name would definitely function for it. Okay, I want nobody except what I already have. Activate buy ability, I'm sorry, I have none of that. I mean, thank you for, like, seeing if I wanted it, but also, God, the shop for this weekly is just the worst piece of trash. Nobody wants it. If I have 2 turns to get 1 more chocolate, this might be the first time that I've ever had a full team of level 3s before. And by the first time, I mostly just mean that I wasn't paying attention to whether or not I've done that before up until like a week ago, in which I got really close to it and I was like, whoa, have I ever done that? Let me actually try to get that done. We won! Oh my god, look at the bat face. I haven't seen the bat since it was remade. Look at his cute little, he looks like a little kindergartner. He's like a child now. He's a beautiful child for our beautiful squad. But I didn't get all the level 3s! I've gotten like 1 away so many frickin' times. Oof. First game, first win. Let's run it again. This time, that one was actually the practice round. Shocking, I know, because it was a 10 win. You're like, how could that be practice? And I'm like, I'm just that good. Even the practice, it's amazing. That's... What can I say? I can't roll my R's. I can't roll anything. Especially R's. I am so bad. I have no linguistic ability. Big chipmunk? Yes, yes. Pig. Chinchilla. I will say that the last game got off to a very good start because we had 3 chinchillas on turn 1, which means we had 3 chinchillas plus a bonus guy, so we were kind of ahead for like the entire game. Bloated handbags, squeaky bowls, hard dumplings. A few of the combinations here are a little inappropriate. Let's just go with some squeaky dumplings. We don't need to think too dwellingly about that. Why can't we just be some squeaky dumplings? You know, maybe like a stress ball that's shaped like a dumpling. That would be adorable. I recently acquired a little candle that looks like a bao bun, and it's inside of like a little wicker steamer container that's made for the candle, but the candle's only like this big, so it's tiny. It's the cutest thing in the universe. I haven't even used the candle. I don't think I ever will. I just thought the container and the fact that it looked like Bao was just the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my entire life, so I had to buy it. It was required of me. Some sort of otherworldly voice from beyond the grave actually called out to me and said if I didn't buy it, I'd be cursed forever. And I was like, you don't need to convince me. Oh, ancestors, I don't even give a crap if I'm cursed forever. I've been cursed by like 3 different demons up until this point, and I think I'm doing fine. But I do want it, so I'm gonna buy it anyway. The infinite setup is 1 taper with donut plus oyster plus Pteranodon. Taper, 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 taper. What do you do? What did you even look like? This guy. Summon a level 1 copy of a random friendly pet. Then roll for more 1-ups and pills. The setup is 1 taper with donut. With donut oyster. Okay, so he always summons, every time he dies, he summons more oysters. And if he dies, you can get multiple oysters and sell for infinite money. That does sound about correct. Is that how everyone gets their sloth runs? People are like setting up infinite like settings such that they like can only win? I thought everyone was just kind of ramming into them and being like real so good that even if they only have the 1 shot that God has gifted them to do the sloth thing, they were still getting it to go. Then roll for 1-ups and pills, taper after it gets to level 3. Damn, man, they be cheating out here. I mean, it's not cheating, it's mostly like using your noggin. But this game's all about being random and spontaneous. I wasn't supposed to level you, that's fine. I'll have a goldfish. I'm not gonna shy away from the goldfish, I think I agree with it greatly. It has a decent amount of, like, frickin' health, though. If that guy ever has the same time as a moth, a weekly with that guy and a moth, goldfish for the wins? You can't kill me, I'm like half orange. Orange is like a really scary color. What the heckle, enemy team? Goose are still here? Geeson? Sell 1 level 1 pet from your current tier as a 1-1. You're basically made for levels. That could actually be pretty useful even in the kind of late game, though. I kind of want him. He's pretty good. I could sell you immediately. Your value is 2? Yay! Basically a pig. Here you go. How well am I going to do in this weekly when I literally refuse to do anything strawberry related, which is like part of the people in the squad? I think pretty okay, because I don't know how many late game strawberry dudes they added, just like these early game dudes. Which I guess is valid, because it's just like an early game tier unit, so maybe you're only supposed to do the strawberry thing in the beginning, and they expect you to kind of ditch it afterwards. Speaking of Pokemon, the new starter Fuecoco is a mix, the Spanish word for fuego, and cocodrilo, meaning crocodile. Literally a fire crocodile. I feel like that's what most of the Pokemon names are, though. Isn't it literally just like what animal you are, plus something that's vaguely related to the element? Chimchar is like a chimp plus char, as in like charring something with fire, and that's basically all of the starters, I feel like, but it's, yeah, Fuecoco. It's definitely fun to say. I can see why people liked him so much. He's so freaking derpy, and his name is Fuecoco, which is just so fun to say. A badger. I would take you if I had the ability to scale. Is there a single scalability guy on this entire game right now? This is start of battle, it's not permanent, it doesn't count. You don't count, no. Sell? Nothing? Until the end of battle. Everything is temporary, nothing is real. I think everything is temporary and nothing is real. There is no scaling. Oh, lioness. Oh, thank God. Scaling. We just have to wait till the lioness comes and then buy it and then live a little longer. It's so easy. Mudkip enters the chat. He's mud because he's like ground water. And Kip because that has something to do with axolotls or whatever the heck he is. It's got mud and it's a thing. Lioness is only scaling on purpose. Why? In cans. What, they trying to force people? Are they trying to use the setup of the weekly to force people to try things they've never tried before? By forcing it to be the only good thing? Or are they just saying this is a weekly only of abilities? It's an ability weekly, so only we have a bunch of levels and a bunch of guys. That's what you get to work with. You know what, Pig? You're my best guy. But this man, just look at that man. I can't accept the pig over this man. I would take you, except I didn't. But I would have, trust me, I swear to God I would have done it. I say absolutely not going to do it at any point in time. The Wild West. I believe we can do this. You didn't even kill a single guy with your 1 pip of damage. Come on now. Why do you even have the 1 pip of damage? Hey! That was close to doing something. A YouTuber designed this weekly? Are they just doing that forever now? Just every weekly is gonna be that, or is it because the last one they were like, it's great? And so now they're just like, okay, people like that, and cool concept. If we make it so that a new person does it every time, if anyone doesn't like the weekly, rather than being like, ooh, gross, developers changed the weekly, it sucked, they can instead be like, well, we didn't design this one, you people did, so ha. They have swooped the responsibility. Or the blameage, I suppose. I want to use these levels for things that are good, so I'm gonna sell these guys just to get a vaguely good unit on the team so that I don't waste this. I don't think Delphox works for that, does it? Is Delphox the name of the person who made the weekly? Give the last enemy ink. You're so freaking... You're trash. You're garbage trash, but you have a hell of a lot of attack, son. I can't reject that fact. There's a lot of attack happening. It's too late for a swan, but I would definitely get it. Delphox! What is Delphine? I don't think that's a real word. No, it's a fire starter, yeah. Is that the first name of it, though, or is that, like, the second form? Because is it? I will say I don't remember, like, that grouping very well. I know Chestnut because Chestnut. I know Chespin because I have a stuffy of it, because it was in one of the Pokemon adventure games, and admittedly I actually hated Chestnut for a very long time because the character in the adventure games that is him, that I chose him to be, like, arbitrarily, I was like, you're gonna be a Chestnut. Frickin' annoying as hell, and I just hated him, and had, like, I was like, I hate listening to your personality. So I actually just unfairly hated the Pokemon for a very long time until I kind of got over it because my plushie is really cute. Yay, salvation. It's probably not going to be an every week thing, but still going to happen somewhat frequently, I think. Third form, you are correct. What's the first form called? That's the most basic one, though. Levels. What do you do? Skewer? That's a thing. That's certainly a thing that we could have on the team. Probably better than a mosquito that's not even leveled. Okay, let's reevaluate our decision-making. We want people with health. That's not you. Fennekin. Fennec? And in as in oven. Fennec as in what he is, and in as in oven. It makes sense. It's not spelled the same, and it only barely makes sense, but there's definitely something there. Fennekin. You could level. Nobody can level. I lied. Ooh. You guys are both fun and cool, but I can't have 2 of these guys. Yeah. I could have 2 of these guys for a second. Maybe just like a little tiny amount of time. Like, let's just switch this around. This feels cool. I don't want this man anymore. He can get out of my face. He's so spiky. If you step on a sea urchin, you gotta pee on your foot. That's at least the old wives' tale. I don't know if it's actually real. But I'm not gonna frickin' test it. Ha 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 ha. The audience applause in the sitcom audience. Fennec is a type of fox. Yes, yes, yes. Fennec is in what it is, and oven is in oven. Levels to you, because I did you last time. Don't get greedy. I don't actually like you, so chocolate it is. I would love to level you today, but this is still full priced, which is a total ripoff, Crow. But to be fair, crows are evil, so I couldn't really expect any different. You know what? The microbe had a lady laugh, which was kind of creepy, but I don't normally actually use you, but if they're gonna give me 2 different options for replace the guy behind me, it's not too bad. I'm only doing it with 1. It's fine, we drew. It's true. Where did the oven come from? From Fennekin. It has in at the end, like oven. You understand. It just makes sense. It makes sense. Trust me on that. It makes sense. Yay, natural levels. A snake. That is what we want. More than you. Goodbye. A snake. The snake would like to level. The snake would like a taco. It told me it itself. It said, please God, a taco. And I said, will you kill things if I give you a taco? And it was like, maybe. And I was like, I can't say no to that face. Look at that dumb little face. You don't even have a nose. You're like a little baby Voldemort with no arms either. The last syllable matches. It's a stretch. No, we see the vision. The vision is there. Thank you, Picky. I appreciate the respect. You're gonna get leveled so quickly. In fact, no, there's no reason to have anyone have a chili, is there? Except you. It's weird, the idea of putting something on you, because you don't really feel like an actual unit. You just kind of feel like a weird a blob thing that's happening on my screen. Arbok is Cobra backwards, yep, and he's all the more dangerous for it. Isn't that spooky? Cobra backwards makes you want to, like, double afraid of snakes. You're like, ah, it's a snake, and then he's like, my name is actually Cobra backwards, and you're like, ah, another snake, a second reference to snake. So not all names are creative? I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's the best name. That sounds freaking miraculous. Just a double snake all the way across. I think it's the concept of snakes eating themselves. It's related to that, maybe? It's like a infinity symbol of snakes. No, it's a circle or an infinity symbol. I think it could be both, of like a snake eating its own butt. You don't know. Nobody needs a tool because nobody's keeping it. You know what? I think I'd prefer you have a snake. Because the point of the chili is to get rid of, like, melons and things, of which there is none, so there's no point. There's no point in you doing anything except just killing the first guy. So I think this is reasonable. Technically, this man is still up for exchange, and maybe the crocodile is the exchange we want, and maybe also, like, a bunch of crows could be cool. The way my mouth dropped when I saw a mon named Roggenrola. Rock'n'Rolla. That was just a rock and roll. I didn't think- no, isn't it rock and cola? I thought it had cola at the end of the name, because coal or something. Or maybe one of the evolutions has, like, the word coal in it. It was Boulder. Rock and roll. Ouroboros. Yes, Ouroboros. That is the concept, I think. If it's not the concept, it's at least what I attributed to it, so they succeeded in convincing me that they were smarter than they were. What do you do at level? Like, what's the point of leveling you? Probably nothing? Yep, it does the same thing every time, and it even said that. Okay. Here's the itchy thing. I can do the crocodile today because he is good, or I can do the crow today because I want the level. And if I did the crocodile today, I would be set, my squad would be unmoving. What am I doing with this stupid-ass bat? My bat's like double weakening people. Why hasn't anyone told me that I'm being dumb? Look at this dumb level 2 bat that's doing frickin' nothing at the back of the squad. We haven't been affected by the fact that he's doing nothing. But he certainly could be replaced by anyone. Everyone get off my team. Okay. Everyone is getting a new ability. We could do second snake. What do you have to offer? Lioness, snake, snake? You have a lot of snakes? I'll take a snake. Wait, I could have just got a snake. I forgot that I was gonna get rid of the one that was sitting there, and I'm like, sweet, double snake? We're basically gonna have like a level 3 snake almost? I'll take a lioness then. Second best. A lioness? I can buy things? I didn't know I had money. I love Spinda, that's one of my all-time favorites. It's an adorable concept, isn't it? It's definitely an adorable Pokemon. And it's so bearish and cute, as opposed to that pink bear thing, the huggy one, which I think is kind of a lot less cute. A draw? God, I thought I died. It's kind of crazy that I haven't died, though. We've been on 1 health for, like, a legendary amount of time. You know what? I can just replace that lioness with something else, but today is chocolate. Today is Chocolate Town. You know what this smells like? The thing I did last time. Would that be out of bounds? To do the exact same thing I did last time? Anglerfish is also there to steal other sloths. So what you're saying is the person who built this specifically built it to make sloths? I thought that was just random, but the YouTuber who designed this one said, I haven't gotten the sloth thing yet, now that you've offered this to me, I'm gonna make the sloth thing. Why I fixed that wasn't broken. Beware? Yeah, I don't remember the spelling. Yeah, Beware. I don't love him. To be fair, I don't love how the Pokemon have sort of, like, aged into this new concept of having... All the first forms have to have perfectly circular oval heads and little bodies. I kind of prefer if they had, like, more reasonable proportions. Like, not everyone needs a perfect circle. At the very least, the head can still be big and cute or whatever, but, like, make it some sort of not the same shape. You know, like, Grookey, Scorbunny, and the Sobble were like the same Pokemon. They all had the circle head and they was way too big and they were just they were perfect, and I was like, you're too perfect. I don't really like extreme perfectness. I'm doing it. Now that nobody has responded, and you shouldn't have been able to because I would have ignored it anyway. You could do this before he dies. I don't think this is helpful at all, but we could do it because there's not really anything else to do here. There's 8.5 billion different types of possible Spinda. And I, for one, have 5,000,006 of them. I know it's a big What are you doing? What I'm doing? Was he doing what I was doing, but better? Everyone frickin' died on my team? Okay. 5 wins lasted longer than I would have thought, That was pretty fun to go with though, because I know that it's like a pretty basic concept at this point, you know, like now that they've added more dudes who give tools to people in battle, the idea of like the germ plus the guys who replace the germ's things, it's like classic now. At this point, it's classic, it's an oldie and a goodie, it's new, but it's old and good. This is my first time really running it, and I guess it did me better than I thought it was going to, given I think I pivoted to it like with 1 life left or something like that.